Hey there, we are back on our 100 Days to Brave journey. Again, this is a book written by Annie F. Downs, and it's a book of daily devotionals that was written to help us embrace the path and the plan that God has for us. So through reading the book, to help us become more brave, become more confident, and become more courageous as we walk out this life that God has blessed us with. I got the book off Amazon about a year ago. I just finally got back into reading it this year. You too can get it from Amazon or from your local bookstore, your local library for free. But 100% continue to follow along with me because I'm reading each day here on YouTube for all of us to do the journey together. We are actually up to day 37 already. It's been a busy time, work to do. So hopefully you got your journal book or pencil and paper so you too can follow along and be ready for whatever the call to action is today. So let's get into day number 37. Where can your calling take you? God can do anything, far more than you could ever imagine or guess or request in your wildest dreams. He does it not by pushing us around, but by working within us, his spirit deeply and gently within us. That is Ephesians, the 3rd chapter, verse number 20. Let's say you're working on a piece of your puzzle. You know what your calling is. You know that what you're doing now, whether it's professionally or in your spare time, is working on a piece of the bigger thing you feel called to do. Maybe you know what that thing is, or maybe you don't. Or maybe you changed your mind. I can't tell you the number of people I know who changed majors in college, or who went to school for one thing and wound up doing something totally different. What's cool about your calling is that there are no dead ends. Even if you weren't brave enough to pursue your last opportunity, you can be brave this time. Where can your calling take you? It's unlimited. If you're not sure what this looks like for you, be brave enough to sit some people down and say, hey, help me please. One of my Nashville friends did this. He's been a musician forever, but he wasn't sure he still wanted to do it anymore. So he invited a bunch of us to his house to eat dinner and say to him, these are some other strengths I see in you. What if your calling looked like blank? Like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. He wasn't asking us to help find his calling. He was asking us to help him find other expressions of it. He knew his calling, but was he doing it for fun or for financial means? What else could he be doing? Inviting people into those deeper questions of your heart can feel scary. What if they say something you don't want to hear? Be brave enough to listen. Be brave enough to disagree. Where will your calling take you? God knows, and if you're brave, soon you will too. Oh, wow. All right. Our point for today is, what's cool about your calling is that there are no dead ends. Even if you weren't brave enough to pursue your last opportunity, you can be brave this time. Wow, that was a mouthful. All right, let's see what our call to action is today for Be Brave. Be brave. As you seek out where your calling could take you, who could you invite into this conversation? Who do you trust with your dreams and stories that can help you brainstorm? One more time. As you seek out where your calling could take you, Who could you invite into this conversation? Who do you trust with your dreams and stories that can help you brainstorm? That sounds like such a great idea, but again, it's scary when you're asking people, hey, can you help me kind of determine a direction I can go in? I know this is what I want to do, but can you help me determine other ways I can be successful in it? Scary to think that you want to ask other people that simply because some people are haters, some people may not necessarily support you, some people may say things that are mean just to be mean and may not really be willing to give you the type of feedback and encouragement or support that you may be looking for. But definitely a great, great concept to do. So for me, I'm thinking like, who would I trust enough to share what I want to do? And I do have some people that definitely, my family, my daughters for sure, to share that with and to kind of brainstorm. And while I know we bounce ideas off people sometime, to really try to sit down and determine where our calling can take us, that's kind of cool. So I am definitely going to look forward to asking my daughters about that and just helping to brainstorm a little bit. This portion of the book, since we've got into the portion of the book which was, excuse me, I just had a salad and I had hot peppers in it, and I'm tasting peppers and burping them. So please excuse me, but hey, this is me for real. So here, and we're doing this together, right? We family, it's all good. Excuse me. So this part of the book, again, is called Brave Enough to Work Hard. Working hard is not for the faint of heart. And that started us off at day number 33. And I have to say, the calls to action in this section definitely have us working hard. And again, it started off by letting us know that working hard is not for the faint of heart. Talked about what were we created to do, having one calling, having multiple expressions of that calling. Work in pieces mean, bit by bit we do pieces of the work and it comes together for the full picture. And then today with where can the calling take you? The first, day 34, the first piece in here, which was all about writing out a thesis statement for our life, is I think a starting point to continue to do the other steps. So for day 34, if you have not watched that one, definitely go back, check out day 34, listen to that reading. But the call to action for that day was writing out a thesis statement for our life. And that was all about determining what the main point of our life is. Like in an essay, a thesis statement is the main point of that paper. We can come up with a thesis or a main point for what we believe our life is, and what would we say was the thing for everything we've done, for the jobs, for the dreams, the various opportunities that we've had. So from that day 34 on up to here, definitely a working process, digging deep, helping us to determine what that calling is and the different ways we can express it. Day 37, again, as you seek out where your calling could take you, who could you invite into this conversation? Who do you trust with your dreams and stories that can help you brainstorm? And remember our main point again for where can your calling take you? What's cool about your calling is that there are no dead ends. Even if you weren't brave enough to pursue your last opportunity, you can be brave this time. So again, I'm taking all this to heart for me. Hopefully you are doing the same thing. Leave me a comment if you choose to. A hey, a smile, a wave, whatever. Let me know you're still sticking through and on this journey together. I know we don't always have the time each day necessarily to do the various calls to action, But take note of them as you watch it, and then when you do have some time to sit and do it, maybe you got an hour or something one day that you can dedicate over the weekend or whatever your downtime is to address some of those calls to action as we all continue this journey on 100 Days to Brave, all right? Thanks for following along, and I will be back tomorrow for our next daily devotional. Have a great day. Thanks.